everyone, I am quickly running out of spaces to film in this house, and that's because something big is happening that you will soon get to know about. But this is not my usual setting. I'm not usually filming in my bed. I have a filming setup, or I used to have. But that's not the point of the video. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible because we have huge empties to do today, and that's not even everything I have. I've been gathering these items for a long time and I've been using up more items because it just happened. Like, you know, when you don't finish something for a while and then you finish everything at once and everything needs replacing, that's the moment I'm in right now. So with that being said, let's just start this video because I've had a lot of stuff gathering. I have makeup, I have skincare, I have body care, I have hair care, I have any kind of care. So I have arranged everything in sort of little piles around the bed to make sure that I speak about everything at once, and we are going to start with body care because that's the biggest pile I have. And I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shower gels. So these are all the ones we have, and I'm gonna rate them super quickly. First of all, this one, because I remember it, is the Tesco Extract Coconut Shower Gel. This has been absolutely horrendous. I had to use like, I don't know, like 5 big fists of this when I was washing myself to feel like something, because it was so watery and so, it wasn't foaming, it wasn't like lathering on my body, it was just like I was washing myself with nice smelling water. It did smell nice and the smell was on my body for a few hours, but I didn't feel like it was a good quality one, so never purchasing it again. Then I have this Sanex one, which was the Dermo Moisturizing Foam Bath. This was actually pretty good and I quite enjoyed washing my body with this. I have the same one, I mean in the different scent, but it's one of the ones that I go back to when I've had like a disappointment, because I know it's nice, it's moisturizing, it smells nice, it feels really good on the skin, and it feels like you're cleaning yourself actually. Then I have this one, the Imperial Leather Enchanted Escape and Midnight Orchid. And for this one, I actually loved the way this product was. It was a bit like a thicker consistency. It smelled amazing. The only thing that I had a problem with was the fact that it had no pump, so I had to like squeeze the product out every time out of the bottle. I'm just not a big fan of that, but apart from that, it was amazing. Then I have this Palmolive Aroma Sensations So Luminous Shower Gel with Luxurious Oil. And I have to say, I loved this one. It smelled incredible. It's a bit small, so you will gonna end up the product quicker. I mean, actually it lasted a good while for the fact that it's just 250 milliliters. So yeah, this one definitely recommend. And then I have this one, the Pierce Body Wash Pure and Gentle Original. To be honest, it did not impress me. I didn't feel like it was, I mean, it smelled nice, it was nice on the body, but it just didn't impress me. It was one of these ones that I wouldn't really buy for no particular reason. I will continue with the Saint-Tropez Fresh Watermelon Scent Bronzing Mousse. So it's a self-tan basically. I liked it. It was actually really nice to apply. It didn't leave any kind of marks. I would apply it with the Meat from Saint-Tropez and it would leave like a nice shade of tan. It wasn't like too dark. Yeah, I don't think this one actually has a color. It's just like a gradual bronze. You're supposed to use it like every day throughout like 10 days or something to do like bronzing treatment with it, and then it's gonna leave this nice shade of tan on your body depending on your initial color. But it did do its job. I'm just not consistent with applying self tan, so I end up just bailing on it, and then I need to reapply it, and it's all about the preparation and having to upkeep it with moisturizer every day. It's just too much for me, so I'd rather be this piece of feta cheese that I am and give up on self-tan. I do, however, use moisturizer, and this Nivea Body Lotion Express Hydration 48 Hours Deep Moisturized Serum. This was actually great and I loved it, and it was super hydrating, super simple smelling, like it's that nice clean Nivea feeling, Nivea scent, you know what I mean. It smells clean. That's the way I would describe it. And it's super moisturizing, and it's not sticky. It absorbs quickly into the skin. It's exactly what you need when it's really hot outside and you don't want like oil coming out of your pores when you sweat. Then I also have the cocoa butter formula from Palmer's. It's the cocoa body scrub. And I have to say that I loved this stuff. It's one of these things that you want to eat when you put on your skin. I had to be very, very careful with it because it smelled incredible. The smell would persist on skin. It was actually a really good scrub as well. It had like big particles of exfoliating particles, and it would leave your skin really, really soft. It did its job. It's a bit small. I mean, you go through it pretty fast, but it's also like moisturizing, and it does what it says on the tin. It smells incredible, and I will probably buy it again. Next, we are quickly going through deodorants because I have 4 deodorants that I want to go through. First of all, let's talk about these two: the Expert Satin, Invisible Cotton, and Sensitive Antiperspirant. They were alright, but when there was these 2 weeks of really, really hot weather, they wouldn't really persist. So I would sweat and it would start to smell after a few hours, and they were not strong enough for that, but they were really good for like regular use when the weather is like normal. And this one, I have to say that it was actually better than the 2 ones. It would last longer. It's not really a fair comparison because these 2 were the ones that I was using when it was really, really hot. So I don't know if this would have lasted better. But when I did use it, I felt like it was giving me a bit more protection, and I wouldn't smell basically. And then I have this Lidl one, their CN Original Cotton. Again, 0% alcohol. I was really happy to find this one in Lidl. It was very, very cheap. It was under £1 definitely, and to have that for 0% alcohol, that's good, I think, because you have options basically if you don't want to go for alcohol. It was good, nothing extremely amazing, but it was good. It's a deodorant. It did what it's supposed to do. I have 2 hair care products. First, I have this hair mask from, I'm not sure where it is from, but it's this one. And it's supposed to be for extra strength and also straightening. It's supposed to straighten the hair. I did find that it left my hair really smooth and soft and silky, but it didn't really moisturize it like for a long term. It would be something that would last for like a day or 2 and then it was gone. I would be back to my dry hair, and it was nice. It smelled really nice, like coconut. It's sort of a natural brand as far as I'm aware. It has less harmful ingredients, so it was really good for that. But other than that, it was just a hair mask. And I have this L'Oreal Paris Elvive Extraordinary Clay Rebalancing Shampoo with fine clays for oily roots and dry ends, which is exactly what I'm dealing with. I have oily roots and dry ends, and I did find that it would leave my hair sort of balanced, like it wouldn't go oily as fast and it wouldn't dry up at the ends as fast. It was good. I will maybe repurchase it. It wasn't like, again, with shampoos, I have never seen a shampoo that would make me go, oh my god, I have to repurchase it. Never really happened. All shampoos have worked for me, apart from a few that had made me a bit of the dandruff, but apart from these, they all kind of worked. So I think I haven't found the right one. If you have any recommendations for like amazing shampoos for people with oily roots and dry ends, yeah, why not? Leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to try them, and I'll see if I can find one that actually amazes me. Then I have skincare, and I have 4 products from The Ordinary. I did not use them up, but they expired. I mean, most of them I did use, more than half of it. They were almost gone, almost, but they expired, so I had to throw them away. First, I have this Vitamin C Suspension 30% in silicone. I have to admit, I did not love this product. It just didn't work for me. It would sort of like foam up and get like, it would level up from the surface of my skin, and you can see like particles that you can like just pick up from the skin. It would be flaky in a way, so it did not work for me. I couldn't use it. But the other three, so I have the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5, the retinol 0.5% in squalane, and the niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. So the retinol is the one that I use the most. I almost emptied it, but I felt like it was doing something when I was applying it on my skin. I could feel it working. It would leave my skin, it would try to get rid of my scars and my zits, and of course when I'm not like aggressively like trying to pick my skin, then it would work even better, but sometimes I cannot resist. And then the hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide, I've definitely used the niacinamide as well, and I felt like it did something. I'm now using the one from the Inky list just to try like a different one. And the hyaluronic acid, I know it's supposed to hydrate your skin and you're supposed to apply it with water so it has something to stick to and penetrate the skin and the pores, but I didn't feel like it was hydrating that much, so maybe I didn't use it well, or like it's just not that concentrated, but I didn't feel like it was doing much for my skin. Then I have this Leave Me On winter mask from Mad Masky. It was alright. I used it when it was like colder outside because it's supposed to protect, moisturize, repair, nourish, and it's supposed to be anti-aging. It's vegan, it's PETA certified. It was nice. It was actually really hydrating. It was like a very smooth texture. It was actually hydrating. Now I didn't know if it was like the best mask. I think I got it as a gift some time ago. I used it all up. It's been great. I wouldn't really repurchase it just because I don't know a lot of the brand, and that might be very ignorant of me, but it was great. Then I have to sadly say that I finished my trusty La Roche-Posay Effaclar Purifying Foaming Gel for oily sensitive skin. This guy has been amazing, and I've had 400 milliliters of it, and it has been just great. I loved it. It was so, you could feel your pores being cleaned while actively using it, and that's what I loved about it. I will definitely repurchase it. I have a few others that I'm trying to finish up so that I won't waste anything, but this one, I think, hands down the best one that I have ever used in my life so far. And the last skincare thing that I have to show you, it's this clear cover blemish patches from OK or something like that. It's a Korean brand, and I have purchased this from TK Maxx just randomly, but they've been so good. I was not expecting. They were £2 from TK Maxx. They were so good. I would apply them overnight on my zits that I would feel like starting to crawl up in the skin, and by the morning they were either like ready to pop or just dried out because it has tea tree inside, and it's been a lifesaver. I would even use them sometimes and put makeup on top of them because they were just so transparent you couldn't realize that you had them on, and if I would just like put a little bit of powder so they wouldn't be like really shiny, then that would mask them so perfectly. They've been amazing. I still have a few of them. I don't know if I'll be able to find them, but it was the first time I used this kind of patches and I'm hooked. Then I have got a few makeup bits, just 4 things. First of all, I have this micellar water, which could have been skincare as well actually, from Nivea. I tend to use more makeup remover oil and like cleaning oil, the one that foams up when you start applying it on the skin and transforms into oil. So I'm not a very big fan of micellar waters, and the one that I currently use, the one from Garnier, I believe it is a bit better than the Nivea one, but overall it's great. It removes makeup, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. I also have a lip balm from Carmex. It's the classic Carmex with SPF 15. And I have to say, I didn't really like this one. I mean, I liked the way it moisturized my skin, which is its purpose, but it would be very, very, very oily, like Vaseline. And I just don't like that feeling. It wouldn't be sticky or anything, but it would be excessively oily and like leak, so it would go far from the lips and like just spread all over my mouth, and it would look a bit dirty if I would go out with it. When I was home, I wouldn't care less. I would just like applying it all over. But for going out, I think it should have been like a bit more subtle. I have my amazing L'Oreal Paris Paradise Pomade Ecstatic. I have shade Ebony, and I loved it. I've had it for a really long time, so I've decided to throw it away because it's probably long expired and I don't want to keep on using it. But I've been trying to hunt it down because I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's discontinued or it just wasn't in stock where I've searched for it in store. I might want to go online and purchase it from there, but it's hands down the best one I've ever used to do my brows. It has a brush and then you just unscrew this and it has the pomade inside and you just like draw your eyebrows. The brush is really good. It's really compact. You can take it with you anywhere. It's lovely. I enjoyed it and I'm gonna purchase it as soon as possible. Then I have another brow product, which is the NYX Professional Makeup Precision Brow Pencil in taupe. So this one I didn't love as much. It was great. It kind of finished quite fast. I'm like out of it completely. I don't know if you can see, but it's like completely done. That's all that's left. I've used it. I feel like I haven't nailed my color. I would like to try another color. And at the same time, the brush, the pencil itself wasn't like extremely thin, so you couldn't draw hair on your eyebrows, but you could like try to like smooth it down, which worked and it was great for doing that, but I wouldn't use it for drawing just tiny hairs on your eyebrows. And now we are done, and we are down to the last category. Not done, but we have like miscellaneous stuff that I didn't have a category for. And we're gonna start with this nail polish from Primark. Actually, it's the PS Gel Effect for £1, and it's in the shade Eggshell. I love Primark and Poundland nail polishes. That's the ones that I usually and regularly wear, and I've loved this one. The color was so beautiful. It would last a long time, depending on what top coat you use as well, because I use Poundland and Primark nail polishes, which yes, cheap after a couple of days, but if you use a really good top coat, they last forever because it's a top coat that does like all the hard work. But the shades are just so beautiful. This one in particular, I loved it. I would use it all the time. It's a perfect summer shade. It's bright, it's happy, it's fun, and I have a lot of these ones. Then I have a candle. It was actually pink when I first got it. I got it for Christmas for a dear friend of mine, and I've used it up so fast. It was so incredible. I kind of didn't want to use it up because it was just so nice, but at the same time it smelled incredible, and it had these like wicker inside that would burn like logwood. It still smells nice even though it's like burned out and it smells like burned. It's actually the Coastal Sunset, so it's a wood wick candle. It smelled like cotton candy, really. It was pink. It wasn't like this gray. This was just the top, the residue that's left at the bottom. I recommend these candles. They do have them in TK Maxx if you're looking for a cheaper alternative than buying them new, because they're pretty expensive, but they are definitely worth it. The other thing that I would like to recommend was this hand sanitizer from Make Skincare. Make Skincare is actually a brand that we stock in the place that I work at, but it's a handmade brand in Somerset by Mary Template. It's a handmade product and it smells incredible. It's not drying, it has lavender oil, so it's really hydrating, and we want to admit it or not, but I think hand sanitizer is gonna be sticking with us for a long time from now, and I think that's a good thing because we used to go out and we would touch everything. And did you have a hand sanitizer with you, and were you using it like after leaving the shops or like when you go into the shops? Not really. So I think hand sanitizer is actually a good thing that came out of this whole year. So yeah, definitely this one is amazing. I have the purse version, so the tiny version, but they also have like a bigger version, and it smells lovely. And actually the last product I have, it's my dear Perfume from Elizabeth Arden Red Door. It's hands down my favorite perfume. It's my scent. I love it. I've been using it for the past 2 years, I think. It's sort of a evening perfume, and I tend to use it in autumn and winter. I don't know why, it doesn't feel very summery to me, but it's so nice. I don't even know what scents it's got. Let me just Google the scents quickly. So yeah, found it. So it's got, the hard notes are jasmine, Moroccan orange flowers, ylang ylang, red roses, oriental orchid. Then the top notes are rich freesia, lily of the valley, wild violets, forest lily, and carnation. And the base notes are sandalwood, oak moss, honey, spicy vetiver, and the scent is floral. I would say it's sweet and somehow oriental, so that's why I classify it as more as a winter one, but I would just fill my house with it, myself, everything. Is the scent that I love, is the scent that I just love this scent, I think, the most in life. So guys, that's been everything that I wanted to talk to you about in this video. I know these Empties videos are huge, but I personally love them because you just go through so many products and you hear so many new recommendations, or maybe you find new products, or you confirm that you liked or you didn't like a certain product and you see someone else's perspective on it. Because if a product doesn't work for me, that doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you. We're all different, and products are meant to be for different people, and thank God we are different. But that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching it. I do have more Empties videos in case you want to see it, so I'll leave the playlist in here and in the description down below. Please feel free to give a like to this video if you found any kind of information helpful, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!